All right, and here we go. All right, cool. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another Around 30 Minutes. Thank you for joining us on this Christmas Eve, and Merry Christmas to everybody, or Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah. And I don't want to offend anybody, so whatever you celebrate, I hope you're having a safe one. And tomorrow will be the big, Christmas and all that stuff. Really. So just want to say that. So I have a special guest on tonight, as always. I have Mr. Mark44 Prime, also known as Leon, but I'm going to call him Mark44 Prime. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I know we've been talking about it for a while, almost like a month or something. I know we talked to TFCon
Yeah,
and everything. We just couldn't get our time to anything. So I really appreciate you joining me. How you doing, fella?
it's a pleasure, man. It's been like you said, it's been a while. My work
Yeah.
schedule got crazy towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Working 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts.
Ooh,
It's been nuts,
ooh,
man.
6 12 hours, yeah?
Yeah, for ever since TFCon, I worked at least five
God
days for the most
dang.
part, 12-hour shifts. Just well, that was voluntary though, but our regular schedule is
Oh,
10 hours, 5 days a week, and we work some Saturdays. So these last two
nice.
Saturdays I worked. I was going to try to get on the last couple of weeks, but they
Really?
made us work these last couple. So
No, I understand. I understand. I used to
gotta
work the
gotta
12
pay
hour
for the
shifts.
toys. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Speaking of toys, what do you collect? I mean, I know we see a beautiful assortment of Hot Toys back there. So what is it that you collect mostly right now?
My first passion is definitely Transformers. I started with those, and I was doing all the classics line.
Okay.
I had some G1, but they were so pricey at the time when I started collecting them. Then the
Yeah.
classics started coming out. I'm like, huh, I can get a more articulated version
Yeah.
of the classic lines. I mean, of the
Exactly.
G1. So you know what? I went full force into the classics line. I
Yeah.
left the G1 alone. I sold off all my G1s that I had. It wasn't very many, and
Yeah.
I went full force into the classics, and I got pretty much every classics, one in each line
Yeah.
you can find besides what's out now.
Hmm.
Then I gravitated towards Hot Toys a little bit. Got a few of those, just a few.
Yeah. Just a few, a little bit.
Yeah, just a few, as you can see behind me there.
Beautiful,
Also,
dude.
thank you, thank you. I also got a couple of details to the side with nothing but Iron Man in there because that's my favorite character
Really?
in the Marvel. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
I can show it to you if you want me
Oh,
to.
go right. Yeah, go
Okay,
right
all right.
ahead. Hey,
Let
you
me see if
show
I
me.
can.
Oh,
Okay,
look
let me
at
see.
that. Wow.
Let me unplug this real quick. See if I can get a good view.
Oh, you got Falcon up there. Very nice.
Yeah, it's that's one of my detox there. I'm still in the process. We just bought a house in August,
Oh,
so
congratulations.
I'm in the process of putting everything
Oh,
together
that's
still.
nice.
I got some
Wow.
laid on the table there. I got the what's it the Hall of Armor set
Uh-huh.
that they just re-released. I don't know if you paying attention to the Hot Toys, but they just re-released the Hall of Armor, and
I don't pay attention, but that's really cool. I've
yeah,
heard. I mean, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about, but
I want to get two more sets of four. So what I got a set of seven. I want to get a set of seven and a one. You can buy singles, and I want to make a tower of a Hall of Armor.
wow. Oh,
Yeah,
I can't
man,
wait to see that, dude.
those are my babies.
Have you done a tour of your room? I mean, have you done like a tour like RLC? Have you turned in like one of those?
Yeah, I did a pre-move video of how my collection was before we moved to the new home, and
Uh-huh.
I was trying to send it to Dust because he told me he wanted to do a shelf life, on it, and I
Yeah.
was having some trouble getting it sent off. I don't know if it was just because of the format it was in, but it kept saying the file was too large, and I still have it saved in my
Uh,
phone, but I ended up getting a new phone, but I transferred it over. I said I was going to get with him, eventually and try to get it set up, but
yeah.
it was acting crazy. I could not send it off for nothing. I was going to do a post move, shelf life of what I
Hmm.
got now once I get everything set up how I want it, and
Yeah.
that way I know
Definitely,
everybody
dude.
appreciate that.
Man, I'm excited, man. I really would
Yeah.
like to see
Oh,
what you have and everything,
I
man.
forgot one more here. This is my second grail in my collection.
Okay.
Sorry,
Oh, is that bad? Is that my Batmobile?
yeah, probably can't get all of it in there. One,
Wow, that
yeah,
is huge.
yeah, that's in the other display case here. I'm trying to go all glass, so
Nice.
keep the dust out. Keep the I got a newborn now, so I got to keep her out too.
Okay. Dust is in the chat. He said he's got you. He'll talk you to you after the holidays, man, and we'll
Oh,
get that
okay, cool,
for
cool.
you.
I didn't even know it went through. I thought I sent it, but I didn't know. I didn't. It was giving me some message or something. It was.
Yeah,
I'm not tech savvy like that.
no, just reach out to him. He'll help you, man. Everything get everything.
Okay.
I've sent him stuff and everything, and I'm sure he's had problems with other people trying to send stuff in. The files not working and stuff,
Oh,
but
well,
he'll
thanks,
help you
Dust, for
out.
letting me know, bro. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and everything. So, man, that's cool. That's awesome. So, You started collecting, Hot Toys. You said in 2009 and everything.
Yeah,
So
I think
what
when I
got
went,
you into Hot Toys?
just the way the Mark 43, I mean the Mark 3 looked at the time. It was something different because initially I had heard of Hot Toys with the Alien versus Predator line. They had did some of
Okay.
those, but they were more like model kits. You snap the pieces together or whatever, and you
Yeah.
put all little
Hmm.
quills in their face and everything.
Yeah.
And me and my buddy was like, man, we should get on these. And it was like $100. And we like, man, I ain't paying $100 for no, when we're paying like
Man, just
paying
a
$7.
man. That's a good thing, man. Imagine when back then, especially with Transformers third party, when they started off, they were kind of, expensive and everything. And everybody's like, I'm not going to
Yeah,
pay that much for
yeah,
a toy.
yeah.
And
Oh
now we're
yeah.
paying 500. I paid $400 for that damn Torn from Flamethrower. I mean, come on,
Oh, don't feel bad. I mean, I got
ridiculous.
the Omega Supreme by Fans Toys, of
Uh huh.
course. I got the Phoenix I'm looking at right now. I mean, I just think about all the stuff. I'm like, when I was complaining about $100, and like you say, we're spending 4 or 5. The Batmobile was 400. The Hulkbuster was $800.
Yeah, I can say how
So
much. Come on now.
yeah,
So don't forget about that Batmobile. Let's talk about that Hulkbuster. I
thank
know
God
that
for
was.
payment plans.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, you had to. Yeah, and everything. So yeah,
Definitely,
it's
yeah.
just funny, man. That we 5 years ago, we were people crapping about paying $100 for a transformer, and now we're paying 200-300 plus 600
Easily.
for a combiner.
Yeah, and
You
not
know
blinking, not even thinking twice about it. Just we getting it.
that
It's
man,
nice. We're getting it.
that's the problem that we're not thinking about it. We're not blinking or nothing. We're actually just automatically. I gotta have it. It's like maybe we need to think about that. But anyway, so
Exactly.
so as far as your collection, so do you see an endpoint? Like I assume you've collected for a long time. Do you see where you see a perfect kind of your perfect setup? Do you see that anytime in the future, or are you always going to collect?
I would say absolutely not. I've been collecting. I've been like serious about collecting since 2000.
Okay,
I was
me
just going to
too.
step back. We went to my best friend took me to a convention in Novi. It's called the Motor City Comic Con,
Okay.
and it's like Michigan's largest convention right now. Back in 2000, I think it was, in '99, and we went in there, and this one guy had all the G1s, like for sale, and I'm like, I've never seen that before. Oh my god! And I had all these '80s feels. See, I came up.
Uh-huh.
I was born in '82, and
Okay.
so by the time I was aware of what was cool as far as toys was,
Hmm.
they was kind of fading away. It's like 86, 87, 88. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang. So I kind of got on a bandwagon kind of late. So when he took me there, man, it was like the floodgates. You know how if you play Halo, the Halo music.
Yeah.
That's what I
Uh-huh.
heard when I
Oh
walked through
no,
the
I
doors.
know. Yeah,
You know what
that's
I'm
when I
saying?
walked in my
So,
first BotCon, man.
oh my
My
god,
first BotCon I walked in, I was like, I was like,
exactly,
are you shitting me? There is
exactly.
stuff everywhere.
Everywhere. Yes, yes. So he did that, man, and I think I only had enough money at the time to buy maybe a couple of them, and I bought Hungar. And
Okay.
when I got him, we're like, oh man, we only got like 30 minutes to look, so we just fumbling through all his boxes and stuff because he's packing up, getting ready to go. And
Mhm.
I ended up getting him. My buddy got somebody, I can't remember who it was, but we went down the street to the mall, and they had KB Toys in there. And when I went in there, they had Mag. Yeah, we used to do figure hunting like crazy,
Uh-huh.
man. I went in there, and they had Magna Boss. I'm like, oh, just a combiner of Beast
Oh,
Wars,
Beast Wars, yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
I'm not the biggest fan of Beast Wars, but I loved it, for what it was. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Mhm.
Magnum Boss, it was a combiner. I had to have it. I bought it.
Yeah.
We both
Oh,
bought
yeah.
one. Yeah,
KB. I mean, I remember going to the mall. That's where KB was in the mall most
yeah.
of the time. And
Hmm.
man, it was so the line. I mean, the aisles were so skinny, and everything. And,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
good times, man. Good times.
yeah. So I went from there, collecting G1s. Like I said, I do the Hot Toys. I also do Japanese, like the Solar Chigogan. I got the
Okay.
Megazord, Dan Cougar. I got Baikon Fu. I got some of the. I got the Diaclone reboot line. That's like one of my favorite toy
Okay.
lines ever. Man,
Nice.
it's I'm working on a diorama for it right now with the
Nice.
Hex Bug space property.
Okay.
So I have pictures of that up pretty soon. And the Sentinel. I don't know if you ever heard of the Sentinel. Gotcha Man and Tekka
Nah, I
Man
haven't.
figures. Oh man, they are
I
sweet.
haven't.
They're still in boxes, man. I can't wait to play with those.
Do you collect other lines like other lines like He-Man or GI
Yeah,
Joe?
I got to, man. The reason why I haven't mentioned it is because I got a box full of them in my storage over here. I got to get my shelves ordered, and
Yeah.
because I'm buying some glass cases like the Detoss, but Walmart has some. They're like
Okay.
two Detoss put together. They're only
Oh,
like
okay. Nice.
160, 170 bucks right now. So I'm
That's
gonna
not
get a
bad.
couple of those. Yeah, and I'm gonna
How
display
much
my.
was it to ship those things, man?
Actually, no, free shipping after so much. I
Oh,
don't
really?
remember.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Because
yep.
a
That
lot of
was.
people would order, from IKEA, they want the detoss, but
Oh
you're
my
paying
God,
60 bucks, but they were like
it's ridiculous.
300 to ship. I'm
Exactly.
like,
Yeah,
what?
and
I'm not paying 60 bucks to have something to ship $300. Come
right.
on.
Yeah, I'm about an hour and a half away from IKEA, so I'll usually go there and I'll try to get like anywhere from two to four at a
Yeah.
time. So I don't waste my trip. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna order a couple of those from Walmart. It might be a third. You know how they have on third party sites through Walmart, so
Yeah.
it may be
Possible.
that. But I'm gonna order a couple of those. That way I got the Power Ranger Legacy line. I have every figure from that line.
Oh, okay. Nice.
All the Zords so far. I can't wait to see what Hasbro has to offer from because they took over the
Yeah, they took
license.
over the property and
Yeah,
everything. That's
I
cool.
got
Man, I
E-Man
can't
with
wait to
the
see
classics
everything
line.
set up, dude.
Oh,
Come
dude, I
on,
can't
man.
wait either, man.
I
I
know
got a picture in my head.
you're just like
It's
chopping
itching.
out the bits, like, man, come on, let's go.
Dude, I got so
That's
many
awesome.
ideas for this little basement.
That's awesome. So what is your favorite line from Transformers? What your favorite cartoon or your favorite toy?
um, well, G1 is always gonna be my
Yeah.
heart. You know, but I think my next favorite one probably was animated.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It hit all flavors. You know what I mean? To me, I mean, especially towards the end when they started showing Fortress, they show I think it was Metroplex towards the end when they showed them in base mode. It was like the last
Yeah,
episode when they captured Megatron,
they had
and it was
Omega. I remember they
was
showed
it Omega? It might
Omega.
have been okay. It might have been Omega and
Yeah,
Fortress, one or the other. Yeah, but man, I was like, oh, they're about to show those guys. Oh my god.
yeah,
They showed Omega Supreme quite a few times. It was two bases, but they never transformed. They were just in base mode. I want to say
okay,
I know Fortress was one of them.
yeah.
But yeah,
And they showed that. I remember the big scene where they had like Rodimus and Blackout and all
oh
those
my
others.
god,
And they just showed
dude.
one scene and everything, and
Yeah,
it was awesome,
man, I was like a crackhead. I was in there scratching my neck. Like, man, come on,
dude.
man, give me some more of that.
Man, and when they showed Omega and everybody wanted Omega as a toy, they never put it out. I was
Yes,
like,
yes,
ah, because
yes.
my first Botcon was animated themed and everything. I remember they released the first wave 1 and 2 around in stores like in Kmart and other stuff like stores,
Yeah.
and I remember people were scalping them at Botcon for like 30-40 bucks for the
Oh
deluxes
yeah.
and everything. Luckily, I got lucky on the way home. I think in Kentucky, we stopped at a Kmart and they had both waves, and I picked them up, and it was really cool. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
uh, uh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So,
I
so
later
who?
sold all mine. I'm sorry.
What's that?
I later since they discontinued the line and won't make it anymore, no third party was making it. I sold all mine off.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, I hate that. I just it was at the time it was space. We were in an apartment at the time,
oh
and
yeah. No, I
this was 10
understand.
years
Hey,
ago. So yeah,
sometimes you gotta sell. Some sales.
yeah,
I've thought about it. I've thought a lot of times of selling it and just collecting MP and MP scale and legends.
yeah.
But I just look at them as like I love them so much, and I
I
don't know if I can get
know.
rid of them.
I'm
But
borderline, man. I'm borderline to selling my chugs and just get all the I'm gonna keep all my big bots and all my combiners and sell off
yeah,
the rest of my chug line besides
mhm.
like third party and maybe get with the legends third party figures.
So good, dude. If you got
I think
especially you got the bases, man. They're really
yeah, yeah.
good.
Especially I see people have them in a detox with the bases and it's just I mean they're not in base mode but they still look sweet. They
Yeah.
scale so perfectly.
Yeah, Robert D. He has a little dark room in the corner. He sets up, he has the bases up and then like Scorponok and everything. Then he has got Decepticon little legends underneath it. And they just look
Oh,
so
sweet.
good together.
I bet it does.
Oh, so who is your favorite character as far as Transformers or any other line you want to talk about? Who's your favorite character and why?
Um, I've always been a fan of Iron Man. From
Yeah.
reading the comics in the late '80s. I just remember looking at pictures of and it was a specific comic I got from a place called Perry Drugstore we had here,
Nice.
and my mom took me there. They had a little a turnstile with
Hmm.
books all on it, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's what you call them. And I picked out this Avengers comic and I read through it, and I always bought my comics because of the pictures at that time. And this
Oh yeah.
one,
Yeah. The
it actually
artwork
made me
was
want to
yeah.
read it. Yeah, yeah, it made me want
Oh
to read
yeah.
it. I see Black Panther when he had more of a streamlined suit and everything. It was all black, whatnot,
Yeah.
with no accents. But
Yeah. No purple.
Iron Man,
None of the
yeah,
purple stuff. Yeah.
yeah, Iron Man just took to me, and then they came out with the Captain America and the Avengers for the Super Nintendo? I think it was. It was
I don't. Really. I don't
Yeah,
remember they had
it
a
was an
game.
Avengers game. Yeah, man, it was so much fun. I mean, you couldn't do a whole lot, with two buttons, but it was a fun
Yeah.
game, dude. It was a fun game.
Wow. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, when it comes on and be like, America still needs your help, and then you take off and you
No.
start fighting. You can pick the Vision, Captain America, Hawkeye, Iron Man. I want to say that's those are the only characters you could choose from.
Probably. They
And that
only had
if
like
you
little
yeah
selection.
Yep. If
Wow.
you die, you can switch characters and everything. Sorry about that.
I do remember the only arcade. I mean, as far as early when a kid, I remember the X-Men game for
Oh
arcade.
yeah, yeah. This one was
Before you
before that.
could use,
Yeah. Oh, you
I
talking about the
love
X
that.
Men Arcade? Oh, okay,
Yeah, the
yeah, yeah. That
arcade
was
game.
that was the bomb, man.
Yeah, and they had
That
the
was yeah.
Turtles one. You could play as different four
Yep.
turtle. Then you could play
I
like
have
as
all. I have those. I bought my wife a Pandora 2 years ago, I think.
did
Yeah,
you?
yeah, it was last Christmas because she wanted it when she went on paternity leave, so she could
Yeah.
have something to play. And she's like, yeah, these my coworkers are telling me about a thing called a Pandora. So I looked it up, and what it is it's a big
Nice.
it looks basically like the control panel for an arcade unit,
Uh-huh.
but it's something you can plug up to a TV, and it has like 1,000 games on it.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It's
Yeah.
got the X-Men arcade on there. Me and her played that
Oh,
and
that's
beat it.
nice.
Ninja Turtles. Oh yeah, it's sweet, dude. Took us back.
Man, I was always Nightcrawler, and then you could play as I forgot you could play as Magneto. No, could you play as? No, you could play as Magneto. I forgot the other character. You could play Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and
Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler,
Colossus. Yeah, because
Dazzler, yeah,
I remember Colossus
Storm,
says or
Cyclops.
whatever.
Yeah,
This is weird. I love
awesome.
that game. That was
That's
awesome.
awesome. Yes.
Ah, I'm going back in time, man. Golly.
Oh man,
So,
hey, good times.
so who's your favorite Transformer character?
My favorite Transformer character used to be, I know it still is, but I'm waiting on a perfect figure of him. Is it's a combination of Computron. I've always
Oh, really?
just
Okay.
yeah because no one too much knows. My father passed away when I was 11 years old. I'm
Mine did too.
36
Early,
now.
when my father passed away. Yeah.
So we're 9.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. We I lost my father then, and before then, it was like when I first like my awareness kicked in. Were like what the cool toys were. So we were
Hmm.
going down this aisleway at Myers. It's a grocery store we have here.
Yeah. Myers. Yep. Well, I've
Okay.
heard of it.
Yeah. Well, we were going down there, and I seen Scattershot, and I seen
Okay.
Horrible, and he's like, "Is that all you want?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool," because I had one of them. He was like, "That's all you want." So I grabbed I think Horrible next, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, that's cool." I was like, "Oh, sweet," So when I got home and I played with Scattershot, it was big, it was bulky,
Yeah.
and it was just awesome. You know what I'm
Had a
saying?
big
And I'm
painter.
yeah, right, exactly. Who didn't do the? I think everybody
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I played the heck out of that thing, and
That's awesome, man.
found out later on that I seen on the back that he was a combiner. I'm like, man, I got to get these other ones. And from some classmates of mine have the joints,
Uh-huh.
that sent to him, but I can never get us together so we can combine it,
Yeah.
make the one, But he was
Right.
always one of my favorite. Omega Supreme was one of my favorite.
That's cool.
I think Optimus Prime is everybody's favorite, but
Yeah.
yeah, Omega Supreme I would say is probably a very very close second.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
cool that you can, you have something that you can, think of your father and everything. I'm sorry for, your loss and everything. And
oh, thank you. Yeah,
I lost mine too. I mean, I remember certain things and everything, but I
right.
never really anything about Transformer. But that's cool that you have a character
Yeah.
that you can associate with your father.
Well,
That's cool.
that's one. The second one was it's right before he passed. And I think 91 or 92, Power Rangers had just dropped,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
was in Texas visiting some family down there with my mom, and the first episode aired on TV,
Oh,
and
really?
I seen a commercial for the toys, and I called my dad. Oh, you're
So
fine.
my wife is on. Hey, I'm live. Dang.
Get the headlock ready.
No.
No,
She went to visit her family and everything. She just came in.
no.
Come on, man.
Okay, yeah, all right.
All
No,
right. Come on.
when they aired that commercial for the toys, I'm like, man, this reminds me of Voltron. Because every time I try to get Voltron, I could only find one line. If I found
Yeah.
somebody who had the whole thing, they were missing heads or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, this is next best thing. So I called my dad. I said, hey, they got this new thing. When we get back to Michigan, can we go look for it? He was like, yeah, no problem. So when I got back, he picked me up for that weekend because he's had me every other weekend. We went to
Yeah.
Toys R Us.
Oh,
And I'm
nice.
walking down the aisleways. I'm looking. I see some of the figures. I see some of the Rotocast figures of Goldar and whatnot. And I'm like, dang, they don't have it. So I'm walking down the aisle, getting ready to leave. I said, that's okay. I will look for it next time. And then I looked down. I said, oh, there it is. They had about 2 or 3 of them. It was
Oh,
like
nice.
$39.99. I'm like, oh man, it's expensive. He was like, is that what you want? I was like, yeah, but it's $39.99. He was like, get it. I said,
Oh,
huh?
that's cool. That's
My
awesome,
eyes
man.
got so big, dude. I was so happy before we made it out the parking lot. I had it open and put together.
Oh, nice. That's awesome,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
That's what the collecting is about, man. You have
Yeah.
your memory, your memories and stuff, and that's awesome. That's really
Yeah.
cool, dude. Good story. Good stories.
Sorry for the long drawn out one though.
No, no, dude. That's
Yeah.
hey, I like that's what. See, that's what some people say. I'm sorry that I talk too much. That's what I want. I don't want to sit here and
Okay.
have to, had to say one word and everything, and then
Yeah,
it's kind of awkward. So if
yeah,
stories, I love. This is what I do it for. It's to hear stories and
yeah, man.
people.
That was one of my favorite toys ever. I needless to say, I got the Solar Chigogan Megazord. Had to
Mhm.
have it, and I believe my wife picked up the Solar Chigogan Dragonzord for me too. So
Oh God, that's good.
yeah,
That's
so
awesome, man.
yeah, so I'm
So
okay.
well, I mean, other than that, so thinking of past, let's talk about the holidays coming, are here and everything. Do you have any special other memories from your holidays, like that you remember getting, as a kid, as getting toys or anything like that?
Any other specific toys?
Yeah, like you have any
Um,
memories from other, Christmases or something?
I remember my mom got me the PlayStation when it first came out with Tekken.
Oh,
An
nice,
extra controller. Yeah, she said she's
nice.
like, "How much is it?" I said, it's $300." She was like, "What?" La, la, la. She got a fuss first, and she got to
Oh
chew
yeah,
my ass. Oh, excuse me, chew my butt. But
yeah,
she called my aunt because they were going to go to the mall, and she's like, "Can you take him to it was Babbage's at the time? Can you take him there and help him find his game?" She's like,
yeah.
"Yeah." And when she told my auntie how much, my auntie shook her head. She basically like, "I wouldn't be buying no game that expensive." But my mom was like, whatever. So she gave me the money, and I went up there and I picked up the PlayStation. She got me that for Christmas with Tekken, like the extra
Nice.
controller, memory sticks, the whole nine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was
Oh,
ready.
memory sticks, man. Come on
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that right
Memory
there. And
sticks is fun.
other ones, I remember my dad took me to my dad was the one mainly taking me everywhere, but
Hmm.
um I got one story of my mom too, but he took me to the store one time, I believe it was Christmas, and every Ninja Turtle that was on the shelf at the time, he let me pick up.
Wow.
He just like, is that all
Golly.
right? Because they were only like $4 or $5, I think. He's
Yeah.
like, is that what you want? I had like three or four more. Is that all you want? I picked up the next five. Is that all you want? He just kept asking. I'm like, seriously? So I got them all, and before you know it, I had the whole set from the first wave or second wave,
Oh,
whatever it
nice.
was at the time. Oh
So the
yeah.
original Turtles, this was like what, 89,
Yep. Yep.
90-ish, give or
Yep.
take,
Somewhere
something like
around
that.
there. Exactly.
I think it's when
I
they
remember
came
getting
out.
Krang, the big Krang, in the
Mhm.
cyborg unit.
I was collecting that time. I was born in '76, so I'm a little older than you,
Okay.
but I was I was around in junior high, I think '89, almost going to high school. So I was out of collecting at that time. So
Oh,
I
okay.
missed the turtles thing. I didn't really wasn't into. I mean, I like the movies and everything, but I didn't really get into turtle collecting and stuff.
Yeah.
So, do
I
you still
did some
collect
other.
turtles? I mean, do you have any turtles left there?
You know what? I have the what's it called? The NECA Turtles coming.
Oh yeah, okay.
The ones you pre-order from GameStop.
Yeah.
I was trying my hardest to get the ones that sold out, but
Yeah.
I'm glad I waited because they announced that. So
Okay. Cool.
one of the girls from GameStop called me, "Hey, you were looking for the turtles?" I'm like, "What turtles?" She's like, "Well, we're gonna have them single carded or whatever pretty soon."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, definitely." So I was able to get them for a fraction of the price.
Cool. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, a lot of people are getting those. So, if you could transform into anything, what would you transform into?
Um, huh. I'm not sure. I've always been a fan of big bots, so it'd be something big as hell.
Yeah. So, like a city
So,
bot or something, or
huh?
that'd be kind of boring. Like a city bot, that'd be kind of boring. You just transform. You just
No, it
lay
would have to be
there.
something that could travel. You know what I mean? Like how
Yeah.
Maker Supreme can do the spaceship and what's the
Oh,
name,
that's true.
and
That is
and
true. Yeah.
somehow ironically his body travels with him, but it's not
Yeah.
not
So,
attached to him.
yeah, they've
Yeah,
shown. Yeah, they've shown that. It's like, why is this whole the track? Why is it following him?
right,
Yeah,
right. I
it's
don't
kind of
know.
weird.
I never. What, you asked that question, and I tried to think of something that last time I heard you say it. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm prepared for everything. I guess not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe some type of I'd probably be a big bot. I've always been a fan of the big bots. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Everybody loves it. I mean, that's what drew. It's what drew me as a kid is big effing bots, killing each, fighting each other and everything. So
You know
it's
what?
always
I probably
awesome.
transform into the '89 Batmobile because that was one of my favorite
Well, there you go.
yeah, cars. Back then.
Michael Keaton,
Oh yeah,
transforming to Michael Keaton.
yeah.
So do you have like a grail piece that you were looking for that you know of?
That I'm well. I have it actually.
Well, yeah.
It's
Okay.
sitting back
So
there.
I
The
mean, so
Hulkbuster.
I guess you have your grail piece. So I mean,
I got
that's
three of them actually. I got the '89
jeez.
Batmobile from Hot Toys,
Yeah. Okay.
and this guy right here. This is the
Oh,
Ultraman. He was a exclusive, I think, in Hong Kong. They have a
nice.
silver and red version like this, but this is kind of a rose tone in red.
Yeah, I
He's
like that.
when he changed color like this, it's called the limiter version, which
Okay.
means he has like some type of superpower for a limited amount of time, and then it wears him out. But
Oh, okay.
I saw a review on this man, and I had to have it. It
It
was
looks
like,
beautiful. I love those
yeah,
gold or kind of a
yeah,
goldish
yep,
copper kind of a.
Yep, die cast, and it also came with like you get the extra head. He's actually the son of the original Ultraman.
Okay, nice.
You see that in that? Yep.
That is
But
nice. That's
yeah,
beautiful.
they're coming out with a series on Netflix next year of
Oh,
this
that's
character.
cool.
Yeah, so it should
Netflix
be
has
pretty good.
everything,
Yeah,
man.
he's
Netflix is
more like
awesome.
a Iron Man size character.
Yeah.
The original Ultraman, you know, he could grow to fight giant monsters, but he's smaller. He's like a regular
Oh,
size
nice.
guy.
Well, that's
Yeah,
awesome. That's cool. Yeah, you girl priest. That's awesome.
yeah.
Um, well, so we'll switch out and ask them. So, if you can, nothing, I don't want nothing bad to happen to you, but if you could have one last meal, what would it be?
Illuminati's pizza.
Pizza. A lot of people are saying pizza, and that's
Illuminati's
awesome, man. A
pizza,
lot of the
man.
Chicago, TJ Duckett, I had him on, and he's from the Chicago area.
Yeah,
Uh,
I talked to him.
yeah, and he said the deep dish pizza, I think. So what
Yeah,
kind of pizza is? I mean, is it the best pizza you ever had?
yeah, man. It's a Chicago deep dish.
Okay.
I've never had New York style, so I can't comment on that. You know, I'm not gonna try to compare it because I've never
Robert
had
D's
it.
gonna be like,
But
Brooklyn's got the best
yeah.
pizza
Well,
ever.
I don't know. I guess I'm a fan of dough. I like, you know, a doughy pizza, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's
Okay.
cooked right, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Illuminati's has this type of flavor. It's a crust that's just flavored all the way through.
Okay.
And on top of the pizza, they put just one flat piece of sausage, and then they put all the toppings and stuff on top of that
Yeah.
with the cheese and
No. Yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
So every bite you get a piece of sausage in it. It is
Nice.
amazing. It's amazing.
That's good. I want
Yeah.
to. That's good, dude. That's a good choice. Good choice.
I
So
love it.
let's see. Okay, so if you could see one last concert, and it'd be your last concert you ever see, who would it be? And they could be alive or dead.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, nice. I always
I,
I
I,
choose Prince. I never got to see Prince, and
you know what? He probably would be a close racist for
yeah,
first place as well. But yeah, Michael Jackson. I have to see the moonwalk. I just want to see some people pass out. See, like, man,
yeah,
what this dude really doing up there? He must be
yeah,
sprinkling some gold dust up there because
yeah.
everybody just passing out to see this dude.
Yeah, women all
Some
around,
of
or
that dust.
girls around the whole world. Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say that Michael Jackson would be one though. I would, like I said, Prince is always one to see one. AC/DC, I'd like to see in concert.
Oh, okay.
And everything. So, but Prince is always. He came to Little Rock a couple of times. One time they sold out, and I wanted to go, and I thought, well, he'll be back and everything, but I never got a chance to go see him. So, oh
Yeah.
well. Let's see. So if so what would you like to see from Transformers in the future? Like, just say, where would you see, like, where would you like to see Transformers 5 years from now?
Honestly, man, I've been waiting and fiending for something like either straight to Netflix or straight to the theaters that's animated.
Nice, nice.
You know, like they did the Spider-Man recently, and make it
Hmm.
more on a serious tone, but not to the point to where kids can't go watch it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But make it serious and make it look. It don't have to be G1, you know, because I mean I know that's all our flavor, but
Yeah.
I want them to finally get it right. You know what I mean? Like let's
Yeah.
do G1, but at the same time, let's add some more to it. You know what I mean? It can be characters from Beast Wars, it can be characters from animated, you know, Bulkhead or
Yeah.
something like, you know what I mean? That type of characters that we don't see in G1, and put them all together. But let's get that G1 tone right for once, because it's like
Yeah.
they'll try to do it and then they'll water it down, and it just, you know, I probably
Yeah.
Prime was probably the closest thing to it. Maybe I'm thinking
Yeah. It
that we
was
had. You know, it was nicely made.
cool. So, have you seen the Bumblebee movie yet?
No, I haven't. Me and my wife are so far behind in the movies, man, because we just had the newborn. My mother-in-law,
Oh, okay.
she'll come by and watch her. You know, my mother
Yeah.
lives in Texas, so otherwise she'd have her too. But we try not to overstep our bounds by constantly asking somebody to watch it. Cause
Yeah.
we
It's
don't
understandable. Yeah.
we never been the type to throw our kids off into, you know, to people anyway. To, hey,
Right.
watch her every weekend, you know. So we just kind of like
Okay.
took a step back and chill for a minute. We're
Well,
like,
that's
we'll
fine.
watch it when we
Well,
can. Yeah.
hey, life happens, man. I mean,
Yeah, my son was a little older. He probably could do it, but you know, she's still he only 13. So
yeah.
I'm waiting to get a little older, and she's
Yeah.
when you tell her, hey, you got to go sit down, she'll do it. You know what I mean? Right now, you say, hey, you got to go sit down, and it's like she'll keep crawling.
Yes. I ain't listening to you.
Yeah, I ain't
I'm
listening to
doing.
nothing.
So do you? I mean, I think I love the movie. I think you would like it too. Well,
I love it.
are you a big Bay fan? Are you a Bay forward? Or do you like the Bay films?
I'm not a huge fan. The first
Okay.
movie had me. I was like, yes, this is what we needed for so
I
many
like the
years.
first one.
And then and then the second, it was like, okay, I can see where the writer strike happened. And then it did. I was like, I gave the third one,
Yeah.
yeah, I gave the third one a chance. I said, oh, you
I like the
know,
first three. I like the first four. Really. The first four is all right.
I haven't
Five
even
is
seen the
just a
last one
cluster.
yet. I haven't even seen the last one. It was just after that fourth one, I was like, you know,
That
that
movie is full of just.
acid reflux.
I have no idea what. I mean, It's like they took 3 or 4 different stories and just clusterfucked them into one, trying to get one thing. Like, and that's a whole new can of worms. But it's, yeah,
No
I don't
kidding.
know, man. It's douche. So let's see. Um, as far as B, I think, everybody. I'm not gonna, any spoilers, but I think it's really good. I mean, it's a really good movie. It's for kids, and
I
that's
like the
fine. We
design.
were kids, we were kids when we started like Transformers, so
Right, right, right.
it's cool, and everything. But
I like this design and everything for Bumblebee and the way they did Optimus and everybody, of course.
Mhm. Yeah,
I'm feeling those, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And it wasn't really more or less the story. I mean, the designs. It was more or less the story that they went from Cybertron. We're looking for the Allspark cube to we were actually
yeah,
around in medieval times with King Arthur. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
kicking ass back
that,
then.
yeah. Like I said, that
Come
one
on, man.
hard to swallow, man. It's hard to
Yes.
swallow.
Like,
So you are a big Marvel and DC fan. Which one do you prefer?
I'm more of a Marvel guy than I am DC. I
Yeah,
read some DC, but yeah, Marvel has always been where it's at
yeah,
for me. Yeah, yeah.
that's
I
cool.
mean, the best DC story that me personally I've ever read, like I don't read a whole lot of DC, is The Death of Superman. I was in the third or fourth grade, I believe,
Okay.
and that was the best story I had read. The artwork was amazing. It's just
Yeah.
the way they wrote Doomsday in, it was kick ass. I mean, he
Nice.
was beating the whole Justice League. I mean, and it showed like, okay, this actually is a guy who can stand up to Superman, and he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the way they did the reign of Superman went with the other four Supermans that came out
Yeah.
after the death.
Hmm.
It was just told well,
Nice.
in
Nice.
my
That's
opinion.
that's brother. That's, hey, your opinion is golden, man. That's all that matters. Got one question. What do you think of the fandom right now? As far I'm trying, we'll talk about Transformers or any other fandom you want. What do you see? Do you see the negative side, or you more see the positive side of our fandom?
um, you know what? With everything, everybody has their opinion. I mean, I don't care if you want to say the sky is blue, they're going to say no, it's actually purple because the oxygen in the air turns it blue, blah blah.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So it's like to each his own. We can all agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So,
See, yes.
but I do see the negative side in it after hearing a lot of people say, man, the Transformer fans is this, that, and other. And
It's
I'm like,
brutal.
I
Yeah.
didn't see it at first. And then it was like, whoa, dude, y'all criticize every little thing that they do.
You were in your little
Oh,
room. You were
yeah, I was in
fine
my
and
own little
everything.
by myself. Yep. Playing with my
Now
toys
you
by myself.
then you found
Yeah.
Facebook. You found TFW. And you're like,
Oh
oh
my
my
God.
god.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. It's like just, everybody, it's cool to have your own opinion, but man, it's, to each his own. We can agree to disagree, and that's how I leave it.
Yeah,
You
but they
know.
want to fight you because you have an opinion on a toy.
And yeah,
It's funny. I
that's
just
pretty
don't get
pathetic.
that. It's like,
They don't have girlfriends.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, I understand. And they're
No,
mostly
I'm
that.
joking.
No, there's a stereotype for us
Yeah,
collectors and everything,
I like politics.
I fit that stereotype. Short, fat, and white. That's what
Oh
it
my
is.
goodness. Stop. It's
But I mean,
crazy
it's just,
because I'm sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Go on. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say it's kind of like it's bad because it's like talking about figures and movies and comics is
Hmm.
like almost like politics now. And
Good point.
religion.
Good
You don't
point.
want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna have my opinion regardless of what you say, and so are you. So, you know, if I
But
say
but,
something,
but
then you're gonna argue about it.
most civilized people can sit down and I don't want to say debate, but just talk about I don't like this, and I don't like that. Okay, that's cool. You win,
Right.
and I don't like it from this reason and everything. So, but then a lot of people can't do that.
Right.
They have to prove their point, and if you don't like their point, you're wrong, and they want to fight you for some reason. But they
Yeah,
really don't
that's
want to fight you because they're just behind the keyboard.
there you go. There you
So
go.
it's weird, man.
I'm from the hood, baby. We can throw down any day now.
And I got to think, so are you going to the TFCon over in LA, or is it too?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my brother's nerd. I went to them with Chicago and we had I had a boys trip out. It
Yeah.
was amazing. When
Yeah.
we found that out, it was like, nah, that's too close and a bit much. I
Yeah.
told my wife about it, and she was like, well, why not? She was like,
Ooh.
you get a little a little
Ooh.
bonus coming up pretty soon. I'm like,
There
yeah,
you
well,
go.
yeah, but I ain't trying to,
I'm something like it. I'm liking your wife, man. She's like,
uh,
why
dude,
not?
she is all for it, man. She's like, if you want to go, that's fine. I'm like, nah. So I talked to my boys are nerd out.
Hmm.
Shout out to them again, and I
Yeah.
was like, hey,
Good
y'all,
show.
what
Good
y'all want
show.
to do? y'all want to try to catch the Toronto one, and it was like, yeah, that'd be cool because that's only like a few hours away from us. Because
Okay, yeah.
they
It's a
live
lot of time.
they live about an hour away from me, and
Okay.
we were talking about checking that out, and I also talked to Eric Burgess
Mhm.
on
Yeah, I know him. Yeah,
he hit me up and we was talking about if they did do an East Coast one, do
yeah.
we
I
all
was
want to
hoping.
try to get together because he's not that far from me as well. Shout out to
Yeah,
Eric, by the way.
yeah. He's a good dude.
Um,
I need to
yeah,
get him
we.
on. I did get him, and I need to talk to Nerd Out and see if they'll come on. And I like to
Oh
do
yeah, I'm sure they will.
review
Yeah,
shows.
man, cool guys, man. They like my
I've met
brothers,
Nerd Out.
man.
I met the one. Oh, he was with one was I think drunk most of the time. I think, or was he was sick or something.
Probably. Yeah, I think we all were. He probably was the
Yeah,
only one that showed it at the time. So,
yeah. But
but
yeah, I
yeah,
would love to have. I need to get a hold of them and see if they would like to come on.
yeah, man, that'd be cool. I'm pretty sure they love it. They love it.
Yeah, I was hoping they would do it. I've been hoping that they'll do an East Coast one, which I think I know they could. I know TFCon could do a West Coast and East Coast each
I'm
year,
praying they do, man. That
but
was
I don't think I've heard that they're not going to do one. They're just going
yeah.
to do the one in LA, which
Oh,
is fine.
okay.
I'm happy for everybody that gets to go. That's cool and everything. But
Yeah.
it's gonna suck that I don't get to go. But it'll be fine. Are you going to? Do you ever go to the TF Expo? It's in Kansas City now. Are you close to?
No, no. I
Yeah, there's
never
a.
heard.
Yeah, it's a TF
Oh,
con
the
or
TF
whatever.
Expo. Okay, no,
Yeah.
no, I never been to that. Nope.
Okay, haven't either. There's some people that I guess, are going to this one instead. There's, you got Dairy Con up in Wisconsin,
Yep.
but a lot of people are going to the TF Expo now and everything. Shout out to Lance. He's a big he goes to it and everything. He's in the Kansas City area and everything. So,
Okay.
so speaking of your wife, which is cool, does she collect anything?
You know what? I hear y'all talking about that conversation all the time. I'm like, yes, I have a wife that actually is into something. She's
Oh,
not
really?
she's not into it passionately like I am, but she collects dolls. She's got
Okay.
probably about two totes of dolls over the time we've been together 20 years, been
Nice.
married 12 years,
Nice.
and I get her a holiday Barbie every year.
Okay.
Um, I didn't get her one this year. I gotta hunt that down. So I'm slipping. But
Uh-huh.
she's got some of the Star Wars, like the Padme Amidala back in the day. I
Okay.
got her that when I was working
Nice.
at KB Toy Stores. That was like in the 90s,
Yeah.
early
Hmm.
2000s.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she collects dolls, man, and it's like some other stuff she has. Oh, like some of the Portable Clay statue. It's like DC characters. I think they're by Portable Clay.
Never
But
heard of them.
they're like anime style of the superhero characters, like anime style of Wonder
Oh, okay.
Woman and
Cool.
I think Cheetah and some of the other characters they have. Yeah,
Nice.
forgot it's been
That's
so long since we had them put away. That I have seen them. That I
yeah.
forgot all about those. But yeah, she
Oh, cool.
collects.
Well, that's awesome. That's
I
awesome. I
gotta
wish
find
I
her a
had
big
them.
detail to put them in.
There you go. You got always got to put them in details, man. Stuff them in there too. Make sure
I
you
know,
just pack them
dude.
in
But
there. Get your bigger ones. Go get Omega and everything, and put them in there with them and
oh yeah,
everything.
I'm
And
scrunching the
just
hell out of right.
Robert D
I'm
would
going.
be so proud.
Nah, I'm actually she wants to keep hers in boxes, so I gotta find some other way to display hers. I'm not sure how I'm doing
Oh,
yet,
okay.
but um
Floating shelves or something maybe. Or, I don't know.
I don't know. We're still in the process of what we're gonna do in this basement right now.
Right. Cool.
But
Cool
I don't
beans.
know. We'll figure something out. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, I think it's been around 30 minutes, dude. I had a wonderful time, dude. I want
Dude,
you back
hell
on,
yeah.
man. I want you back
Hell
on,
yeah.
man. About to get you. Hopefully, after the holidays, you can get a better schedule or something or something like that.
Yeah,
But
man. Well, my wife, she wants me to go back down to 8 hours. I told her, well, our regular schedule is usually 10 on my shift.
uh
So I told her I'll stick it back around to 10 because like, we just bought this house. And I'm like, well, I'm just recouping some of my hours or some of the
yeah,
money that we spent on the
right,
house. And then
yeah.
we have to have a certain amount of hours to get our bonus at the beginning of the year. So
Oh, gotcha,
I
gotcha.
wanted to make up some of the hours because I recently just got hired permanently through General
Oh,
Motors
nice.
at the beginning of
Congrats.
this year. Yeah, so I missed out like 3 months that I had to make up for towards the end of the year. So I did
Yeah,
that, and
that's
that's why I was so
understandable.
busy. Yeah, man, it's been
Cool.
crazy. But she wants me to go to 8 hours, and I said, well, if that's the option. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I put her through school, and she's making up for the rest that I don't.
Oh, yeah. That's
she's a,
cool.
she's a nurse or whatnot,
Nice.
and
Very
yeah,
nice. Awesome. That's cool. Yeah. Once again, thank you, dude, for coming on. It was an
thank you for
honor,
having me, man.
pleasure having you on and everything.
I
And
apologize it took us so long.
no, that's
Took
fine.
me so
No,
long. It's been my fault.
I guess you
But
tell people where you're at and everything. Where all that good stuff.
Leon Fant, that's F as in Frank A and T
Mhm.
on what's it Facebook?
Yeah,
I'm
good
still
book.
new to that. I'm still kind of new to that thing. I hardly post on there, and I'm hardly on there. You know, I get on the groups like the Realm of Collectors groups or something like that. But
Yeah,
you can
see.
find me Leon fan on Facebook and Mark44prime on Instagram. And soon I should be back on Xbox Live pretty soon. I'm waiting on a game to come out that I really want to play. But I'm
Okay.
also thinking about getting a Switch because they coming out with that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I was a fan of that back in the day.
Yeah, that was a good game. I played the first one. I played the second one too. It was a really good fun game.
Oh yeah,
So,
man, it was so much fun.
so yeah. So once again, dude, thanks for coming. And thank y'all very much for everybody watching everything. Just go down and hit that like button, helps the channel, and all that wonderful stuff. And like once again, I like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, and be safe. And I guess I will see you on the next review. And as always, Hell Hasbro, and good night, folks.
You know,
Bye
Merry
now.
Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. All right,
Yeah.
Deluxe.
All right. Let me stop.